You know, every gardener reaches a point where the soil becomes the main obstacle. Sometimes plants just look a bit yellow, growth stalls or water. Well, it just runs off without soaking in. Now, a lot of folks think the answer is constant fertilizing, digging or hauling in expensive compost. But the truth is, most soil problems come from one thing. The ground is lifeless and lacking organic matter where it's needed. The shortcut that transformed my garden wasn't about buying anything new or working harder. Honestly, it was about letting decomposition happen directly in the soil, in a way that fed worms and microbes faster than traditional composting ever could. Now, compost piles, well, they're a bit slower compared to in-place methods. A compost pile does produce good material, don't get me wrong, but it takes quite a bit of time, effort and, honestly, constant management. You have to gather up all your scraps, haul them out of the garden, mix up the layers just right, turn them regularly, and then, after all that, you still have to wait months before the finished product is ready to carry back. By then, your plants may already have struggled through yet another season in poor soil, which is a bit of a shame, really. The shortcut works differently, you see, because it skips the pile entirely. Instead of processing waste off to the side, it places organic matter straight into the garden bed or trench, where it breaks down naturally, right where your plants need it most. Worms, fungi and microbes begin working right away, and you know, the soil changes while you rest. The layering method, well, it mimics how a forest builds soil. One version of this shortcut is layering material directly on the soil surface. In a forest, leaves fall, moisture collects, and the ground slowly becomes a rich carpet of humus. The same effect can be created right in your garden. You start with, well, a layer of cardboard or thick paper to smother those pesky weeds and hold in the moisture. Make sure to water it well. Then add 2 to 3 inches of nitrogen material like grass clippings, food scraps or fresh weeds. Next, cover this with an equal or slightly thicker layer of carbon material, such as dry leaves, straw or shredded paper. If you've got enough materials, repeat the process, always finishing with a dry brown layer. Now, the ratio is crucial because too much green material can cause rot and, quite frankly, some unpleasant smells, while too much brown material will slow down the decomposition process. A good balance is, roughly 2 parts brown to 1 part green. When you water and cover these layers with mulch, they soften up pretty quickly, attracting worms to the surface. Within just a few weeks, the cardboard breaks down, fungal threads start to appear, and the soil beneath loosens and darkens all on its own, without the need for turning or hauling a pile. Another approach that changed my soil faster than composting was trenching. Instead of discarding scraps to a pile, dig a trench about a foot deep, right in the garden bed. Toss in kitchen waste, chopped stalks or weeds, then add some shredded leaves or cardboard to balance the mix. Water it generously and cover with soil. The scraps stay hidden, so pests aren't a problem, and within a few weeks worms move in to process everything. This method is especially powerful when rotated. So one season, you dig and fill trenches in the paths between the rows. Then the following year you plant directly over the improved ground and shift the trenching to a new path. Quite the clever strategy, isn't it? Over time, the entire garden cycles through the process, building fertility section by section. You see, you're not waiting months to bring compost back. You are creating it in the exact spot where the plants will need it. It's all rather efficient, really. Now, the biggest mistake gardeners make with in-place methods is, well, letting the material dry out. It's crucial to maintain the right moisture levels, you know. You see, decomposition halts without steady moisture. Cardboard and paper, they're like excellent sponges, holding water around the organic matter. It's quite fascinating how they soak up water and keep the soil nice and moist. Now, covering the surface with mulch, about 2 to 4 inches deep, does wonders. It prevents evaporation and, wouldn't you know it, stabilises the temperature too. Quite the nifty trick, if I may say so. If water is scarce, soaking cardboard sheets before layering makes a world of difference. And for an added boost, blending scraps with a bit of water into a slurry before trenching or layering, well, it really accelerates the breakdown. It's all in the little details, isn't it? For example, if you take a bucket filled with kitchen waste, blend it up with some water and pour it into a trench, you'll find it disappears much faster than tossing in whole scraps. Worms, you know, they find it really quickly, and the soil all around just soaks up those nutrients. Fungal networks, well, they make this shortcut far superior to just piling up your scraps, honestly. Traditional composting, sure, it produces finished humus, but it doesn't actually build those living networks in your soil until you add it in later. In-place methods create those fungal and microbial webs from the start. White fungal threads stretch through cardboard and straw, linking directly with plant roots. These networks transport nutrients, improve soil structure, and even help plants resist stress. The result is soil that not only looks dark and rich, but also functions like a living sponge, holding water and feeding roots continuously. So here's how you can put the shortcut into practice right away. If you want to try this method in your own garden, just start small. First, choose a bed that improves improvement. Lay down overlapping cardboard to block weeds, soak it with water, add about 2 inches of food scraps, then cover it all with 3 inches of shredded leaves. Finish off with a layer of mulch and give it another good watering. Now, just leave it alone, and, well, within about a month you'll notice softer soil, more worm activity and darker earth. For trenching, you'll want to dig a line about a foot deep, fill it with equal parts food waste and dry leaves, add a bit of water, then cover it all with soil. Plant on either side that season, and by the next you can grow directly over the trench. With steady practice, you'll notice the soil across your garden steadily improving without ever turning a pile. You know, this shortcut truly changed my garden forever. This approach, well, it freed me from the endless cycle of composting, turning and hauling. My soil improved faster, worms multiplied, and honestly, I spent less time working and more time harvesting. By letting nature handle decomposition directly in place, fertility built itself. What started as a lazy experiment turned into the method that changed my garden permanently. If you are tired of managing piles and want healthier soil with less effort, try this shortcut. It is simple, natural, and proven to deliver results. And if this guide has given you a practical path to better soil, don't forget to subscribe to Soil Doctor for more science-backed gardening solutions. Share this with other growers who struggle with compost piles, and let's spread the word that there's a smarter, faster way to build black living soil.